All right, guys, welcome back to the second channel here, the More Guy Boston Sports channel for the MLB Parlay of the day. It is Saturday, April 30th. We have a full MLB slate to go through, dissect, and build anywhere between a 3, 4, 5 leg parlay. In terms of how we did yesterday, guys, this one deserves a money gun. A plus 475 banger. Let's shoot it off. Money gun. Let's go. We have now cashed 4 of our last 5 parlays here on the Parlay of the Day series. Let's see if we can keep that going today. I don't want to get too greedy, but damn. We had the Phillies on the money line. Cha-ching. We had the Yankees on the money line. Cha-ching. We had the Cubs on the money line. Cha-ching. Then we had the total in that Tigers and Royals game. That one hit. And then same thing with the Blue Jays and the Brewers. So we shall take it, guys. If you aren't aware of how we kind of operate doing the parlay of the day, it's really, really simple. All we do is go through each and every game briefly, quickly, and trying to find some pieces that we think are parlay worthy. And we throw it into, like I mentioned earlier, a 3 to 5 leg parlay. I don't have the parlay already built, so we watch it, or you guys watch it, and I do it in real time, kind of going through and plugging away at some of our research tools to try and find something that we really do like. So without any further ado there, why don't we go ahead and jump into it? Actually, real quick, first, guys, you are watching the second channel. Some people are still confused thinking that this is the main channel because it pops up on their feed and stuff. This is the second Guy Boston Sports channel. So make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. Love you guys showing support for this series and giving the second channel a little consistency with this series. Hopefully you guys do appreciate that. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as always, let me know the parlays you're rolling with down in the comments. All right, we have game number 1 here, Milwaukee taking on Toronto. Very similar to yesterday. I do think that we could see some runs again. 2 really good offenses. The numbers at 8.5, though, I would say that, let me go ahead and lean towards an over. But yesterday, because of the pitching, we got a really, really good number. Today, I think we'd be paying a lot of juice, even an alternate line for this one. Say we wanted to go what we did yesterday, which was, I believe, what do we end up getting that at? I think over 5.5. We'd be paying a pretty damn big price tag, right? Yeah, minus 348 right now and minus 400. Yeah, I don't think that that's going to be worth it. I don't think there's much in this Milwaukee and Toronto game that we're loving. If we wanted player props, yeah, I'd look at Springer, Guerrero, Bo Bichette. They have some really good pitch mix ratings. Maybe William Contreras. But at the same time, 2 good starting pitchers on the mound. Don't necessarily love the idea of having, the pitcher to batter matchup and saying, hey, go get 1 hit. Yeah, it'll be super juiced, but obviously, even good hitters can kind of have cold days against good pitchers. So let's move on to game number 2. Jake Irvin, Ryan Pepiot. I do like the idea of Pepiot pitching fairly well today. He's going to throw the fastball, the changeup, slider. All 3 of those pitches look pretty damn good, right? The thing is, how do we back that? Could we back him under hits allowed, something like that? We're paying a lot of juice there. I almost want to just say, hey, let's look at Tampa Bay to win this game. But is their offense going to come through for us, right? Especially with a plus 4% park factor today. We could see the Nationals, maybe a couple hits. He doesn't keep the ball on the ground very well, right? You can even see his ground ball to fly ball, right? Maybe a couple hits, all of a sudden it's like, boom, they put up a decent number. So hate to start off the video here with 2 duds, but I don't think there's too much in either of these games, games 1 or game 2, that we're all that thrilled with. All right, we got the Red Sox taking on the Pirates. Now, I think Dustin May could actually pitch okay today. I don't know how much I want to fully trust him, but I think the Red Sox can also put up a decent number against Oviedo and then also this bullpen. So I'm caught between 2 spots right now. We could either look at the Red Sox on the money line. You can get them minus 163, or we pay a decent amount of juice and get them over 3.5. I think if they score 4 runs today, they win the game. So I almost am tempted just to say Red Sox, pull the trigger on the money line. And again, guys, we kind of create the pool of plays over here. By the end of the video, we might whittle it down or, take some things out. So when I put the Red Sox in, it doesn't mean that they're cemented in, right? Even via some of our projections, you could see just a slight win on scorepredicts.com for the projection. And then same thing over here. Actually, no, wow, Ballpark Pals updated them to losing. So that's probably something that we could replace if we want to, but that's what I'm thinking as of right now, mainly because of this. A lot of fastballs. Red Sox absolutely crushing the fastball right now. And the top of the order actually hits the slider well, even though as a team, they're not all that fantastic at it. So the Mets and the Marlins, I do like the first 5 innings under in this one. Maybe there's a chance that we can kind of look at, you can even see here actually too, minus 15% in terms of park factor. Is there a way that we can get an under, but really juice it through the moon? You know what I mean? Like make it seem somewhat safe. It would probably be 9.5. What is this? Geez, first five under 7.5. Under, yeah, see, these two pitchers, they know. We could go under 6 for 285. How's that been when these two guys pitch? So on the season, this is under 6, right? Edward Cabrera has hit the under in 74% of games, 80% of games at home. Okay, or on the road, excuse me. We like that. David Peterson this year, 77% of games at home. It's only available on MGM, meaning we kind of constrict ourselves to that spot. I'm going to say that isn't worth it, but I do like both these pitchers. What about just a full game under? I know that the bullpens could be a little dicey, but can we get a better number if we just go like under, geez, I don't know, under 11, under 10? Let's throw under 10 in for that one. What do we have this projected at here in terms of ballpark bell? 4-3, great. And then we have this at 4-3. So I think under 10 could be a good look, trusting both of these pitchers. Even though the Mets offense is obviously looking really, really good right now, I do like Edward Cabrera in this matchup. So under is going to be something we throw in. Again, throw in the fact that it'll be a little cool with minus 15% run index. I kind of like that. Next up here, we have Atlanta taking on the Phillies, and Chris Sale's making his return. Obviously a really good pitcher, went out on a high note and then was on the 60-day DL. The Phillies do hit the slider pretty well, and a lot of guys in that lineup do hit, the slider really well, which makes sense. I don't know what we're going to get out of Chris Sale, which gives us a little bit of volatility in my mind. I do think that we could see Sanchez, pitch fairly well, which isn't like jaw-dropping, right? But at the same time, late in the game, I don't trust either one of these bullpens right now. So I almost want to take a peek at an over 7.5. Trusting, the Phillies offense to be good, which they're at home. They're going up against a lefty. You can even see, decent offense just overall. I guess lefties would be somewhat of a soft spot, but what I like is the slider. They're very good against the slider, so that's fair. What do we have for a projection on our end here? 4.9 to 4.3. Ballpark Pal has this thing at 4.5 to 3.6. Is it worth us considering an alternate over in this one? I'm almost starting to think no, because we're going to get like 6.5. We get 6 to 5.5, but then there's two really good pitchers on the mound. What if Sanchez, returns right back to form? And then what if Chris Sale also just kind of comes back and is dominant? I feel like we'd be silly to force something here. We're cashing these parlays left and right. Knock on wood. Hopefully we're not jinxing it. We don't need to start forcing anything now. Not too much in this game either. We have Cincinnati and St. Louis. I probably would sit here and think that Cincinnati's the side. In fact, I might roll with that myself today. Andrew Abbott's obviously very good. Problem here is that, we are going to see St. Louis against a lefty. They have good numbers against lefties, good number against lefties on the road. Park factor of plus 2%. I'm going to say Cincinnati would be the lean, but I don't think that it's worth doing it. We have plenty more spots to kind of focus on here. So let's move on to the Yankees and the White Sox game. I think that this could be a nice spot to take a peek at the Yankees. Schlittler, I think, could be pretty damn good. I think Shane Smith will be good as well, but ultimately, this is a taxed bullpen on the White Sox side of things. The Yankees offense is kind of humming, so we've been really focused on the Yankees a lot in terms of these parlays, but maybe we just say go get like 3 runs or something like that, right? Over 2.5 minus 475, man, all these parlays, they seem like they're so easy, and then the odds are catching up to us. Over 3.5, I guess. I mean, check this out. They're going to see a lot of fastballs, right? They're hitting the fastball really, really well. And they're hitting for power against the right hand. So, yeah, I mean, let's keep that in for now. We have them to score 5.4 runs today. And right here, ballpark ballot at 5.6. So maybe it's going to be all right to take a peek there at their team total over 3.5. Another spot in which I do like the money line here. I like the Astros here, but is it just we took this as one of our main plays here on the main channel? Is this a parlay piece, or is it just kind of a, hey, roll with it? You can get this like minus 139 on Novig right now. So maybe that's how we do that. I would say that, obviously Kyle Hendricks has somewhat of a gap between him and Spencer Arrieta. Spencer Arrieta could pitch well. Maybe we take a peek at like an under for the Angels, a team total under or something like that. As of right now, this parlay is pretty damn dry, huh? Yankees, that total going under, and then Red Sox money line. We got to start finding things to throw in there, but I just really don't think it's this. Like, I don't mind that as a straight play, but I don't think that it's worth it with Arrieta on the mound and a Astros offense that's been struggling. I don't think it's worth it to potentially bust a parlay. All right, here could be one of our nice spots to get. Now, obviously, it's a little juiced, but Pivetta on the bump here. He's going up against Taj Bradley, who has 1 start since coming back for the Twins, and it didn't go all that great. I don't mind the Padres on the money line here. I think Pivetta is on a roll. The pitch mix should look okay, right? A lot of fastballs out of him. They don't hit the fastball that well. He can turn to the slider. They don't hit the slider all that well. So I like the idea of Pavetta here. You're getting a decent price too. So maybe I think we roll with that. Now, is there anything else in here that we probably want to kick out? Yes and no. So I think that's a good one. That's one that we feel really good about. Let's move on. All right, we got the Giants taking on Baltimore. I think Baltimore's in a good spot today with Trevor Rogers on the mound. Hopefully he doesn't regress to some degree, but what we might be able to get here is maybe taking a peek at Trevor. Actually, you know what? This is how we could play Trevor Rogers. I'm thinking we actually play the Giants team total under. So them specifically. Now that bullpen worries me. Let's see. Maybe we can play around with this. Under 5.5. Can the Giants score 6 runs today? I don't necessarily think so. Maybe if we even go first 5 innings, what do we have for options here? Under 2.5. No, I think that under 5.5 team total could be good. We do have the Giants projected at 4.7. That's a little dicey, I guess. Here on this platform, we have them at 3.83. So yeah, I think that I like the idea of them under 5.5 for a team total. Now I'm just like sitting here being like, all right, well, what play don't we like? Because I think the Red Sox could win, but it's Dustin May. Maybe that's worth taking out. What do we have for a score? Oh no, yeah, it was close, right? How's the Red Sox bullpen? Let's go to just the back end version here. Where was that game? Pretty used. See, I think a lot of righties, good against lefties. That's tough. Let's leave it in for now. I was trying to remove one of these and have 5, but you know what? This is a 5-legger right now for plus 480. That's the best odds we have out there. It's probably something that we're considering. Let's move on, but that might be something that we kind of keep, that 5-legger. I'm like liking it the more and more we look at it, which is not always a good thing. All right, we got Logan Gilbert and Gavin Williams facing off here. I think Logan Gilbert's in for a decent day. Now, he does have some struggles on the road, but you could see his pitch mix rating. He looks really, really good against his Cleveland squad. Don't mind them going to the bullpen afterwards. Looks like everyone should be fresh. Cleveland gets the win yesterday. I think we maybe take a peek at a Cleveland team total under here today. Unfortunately, no, it's good. Okay, minus 8%. I was going to say, I thought there might be a plus run index, but no, okay, so minus 8%. Cleveland team total under. Can we get, oh man, is that juicy, huh? Under 4.5 is the only thing that looks like it's worth considering. That's tough. 3.7. I think that might be a little bit too low. If it was 5.5 for decent odds, I think we'd be all over it. But I think that's a little too low. Makes sense. So it's going to be cold there in Cleveland. Game total at just 7.5. It's going to be tough to get a 5.5. So let's move on. Hey guys, real quick, wanted to remind you that Chalkboard is still doing an unbelievable deal. You can see here that they are offering just $20 upon sign up. You do not have to deposit or anything like that. It's just $20 free upon sign up. There's a link down in the description as well as the pinned comment if you do want to check it out. You have to make sure to use code GUYBOSTON. The link doesn't always trigger it. It should auto apply it, but make sure that code is in there. That's how you get that $20. So check out Chalkboard. If you like player props, you like picking more or less on player set projections, this is the app for you. Going to be rocking with them during football season. It's going to be so damn fun. Go check it out. Again, link down below, description, pinned comment, as well as using code GUYBOSTON will get you all those goodies. Now let's jump back into these games. Royals taking on the Tigers. I think the Royals are in a decent spot for a win here, a bounce back win. Kolek on the mound against Flaherty. Flaherty does not have the best numbers against this Royals squad. That being said, they are sitting at plus money. It's probably worth just taking the Royals if you like that alone today. We don't need to throw an underdog here into a parlay. And when we build these parlays, look at the juice that we're paying, right? Like we're trying to be a little conservative, have things that we can sweat, but it's not like we're trying to hit for $1 million. We don't need to throw, the bench players into where the starters should be. So I do think that the Royals could be a viable option today, but not so much a parlay option. I do like the idea of potentially Vinny Pasquantino. We have a decent pitch mix rating, according to our model, 6.4%, 6.4 out of 10, I should say. Maybe that's a spot, but we've learned our lesson getting burned with some of these player props in the parlays. We've been much better at totals, whether it's, team total or full game, and then obviously kind of heavy money line favorites as well. Now, we could roll with the Cubs here. We could. Their odds are pretty juiced, obviously, but not terrible, and they're playing the Rockies. We easily could toss them in. I have a feeling, though, this is a spot in which Carne Asada, Javier Asad's the pitcher. Don't know if I'm, over the moon trusting him. That sinker should be good. He keeps the ball on the ground. The Cubs should probably win this game, but their offense still does kind of worry me. Now, they scored a bunch of runs yesterday. Yay, that's awesome. I guess we can keep them in there. Minus 207 is probably good value. I think we got to clean this up a little bit. Maybe we take out the Yankees because they are going against a good pitcher. And Red Sox money line, or does that help the odds, do we think? Like, the Cubs should win this game, but I got a bad feeling. But I think we have to trust it. Let's leave these 5 for now. We got 2 more games. Let's see if there's anything that we like in it. I would say this Dodgers game probably could be a potential play. They're going up against Eduardo Rodriguez. He's not all that great. He's going to throw the fastball. They hit it well. He moves to the changeup. They hit it well. So I think this could be a spot in which we look at a Dodgers team total over. Do we do 3.5? And then what would we replace that with? Maybe this under 10. Maybe we don't love this as much as we did earlier. San Fran under in Ruds. I like backing McGill. Rogers, not McGill. Yeah, see, it's tough to think if we like this more than anything, this 3.5, which we have them projected at 4.9 runs, and Ballpark Pal has them at 5.9. So we should see some runs, right? And they're going to see, like I said, fastball, changeup. They hit lefties well. The Dodgers should score today. I want to get this 3.5 in there. Let's see if we replace it with, I guess, Red Sox, right? Don't want to fully trust Dustin May. I think that the Dodgers are more likely to score 4 today than Red Sox win, which, that's going to come back to bite me. It definitely will. But, all right, we got one more game. Can we get anything out of this one? Pitching's a little weird in this one. We have Mason Barnett, who's making his debut, going up against Texas, who's been really, really good. Merrill Kelly on the bump. I expect Texas to be the team that wins this game. But I'd say that that's probably worth them, in a straight play as well. When the odds are what they are, I don't think we need to be risking kind of pick'ems in the spot of a parlay, especially with the park factor at 18%. We could see some runs, 83 degrees as well. This might be something we're comfortable with here. Under 10 in that Marlins and Mets game. San Diego winning. Under 5.5 for the team total for the Giants. The Cubs on the money line, and then Dodgers to score 4 runs at least. Plus 463. And that beats all other places. MGM has it at plus 433. Plus 463. Are we getting greedy? I mean, we've cashed 4 of the last 5 nights. I guess we have the right to be greedy. That's going to be the parlay, guys. Like I said, we might be getting greedy there because now that's 2 days in a row with plus 400s. I don't think we're always going to hit those. I really want to live in the lane of plus 250 to plus 350, but you know what? That's the way the ball bounced today. We have some money lines in there that I do like. Padres, Cubs, and both those aren't absolute juice through the moon. So that's why we have some good odds today. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.